we begin this adventure to explore the Holy Land through our 5 senses. Let's start here from the Judean desert, an arid, dry landscape that comes to mind when we think of the Middle East, the Holy Land. Nevertheless, we will discover the colours, the diversity of this land that leaves signs in our history and in our hearts. The eyes are the organs responsible for the sense of sight. Spiritually, they are the window of the soul. No place could be better than the Holy Land to experience this sense. The scenery, with their typical beautiful features, shows us what Jesus saw with his eyes when he came here. The Holy Land is located between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea. The area extends between the territories of Israel, the West Bank, Jordan and Palestine. Many of the events in the history of the Jewish people and of Christianity took place in regions located in Israel, which has a total area of 27,800 square kilometers. It is easy to look at the desert and imagine the walk of the Jewish people for 40 years. The desert areas are found mostly in the south of the country. Progressing, for example, in the Judean desert, we arrive in Jericho. The city of Palestine is located 240 meters below sea level. Touched by the Mediterranean Sea, Israel makes its eyes shine in front of the beauty of the beaches of Haifa, Tel Aviv, the largest economic center in the country, and Jaffa. Various biblical events took place in the latter, including the life of Peter. Stories from the life of the apostle are recorded in the church of St. Peter and in the old city of Jaffa, which has a seaport considered to be the oldest in the world. Here the cedar wood from Lebanon was disembarked, used in the construction of the temple at the time of Solomon and Zerubbabel. To the north are the mountains, like the chains of Mount Carmel. The streams that accompany the mountain range keep the region green for the whole year almost. Between the mountains of Galilee and Samaria, we find the Jezreel Valley, the most agricultural region of Israel. The view that you have from Mount Precipice in Nazareth from the historic city of Megiddo or from Mount Tabor attests this fertility. Agriculture in Israel is one of the most developed economic aspects. Despite more than half of the country being desert, the irrigation system is one of the most advanced in the whole world. It is good for us to be here, Peter said during the events of transfiguration of Jesus. Words that flowed from the experience lived on Mount Tabor and that even today can be pronounced by those who contemplate this place.
Por eso, para quien viene, que viene con su en Tierra Santa, sobre todo como peregrino.
Who comes to the Holy Land as a pilgrim, climbs up the mount and arrives with his problems, his difficulties, his worries, and all the things he does not know how to face, is called by Mount Tabor to get closer to Jesus. As the Father said, "Listen to him, this is my Son." The experience of the pilgrimage is above all to listen to God in one's life. Jesus teaches the apostles that above all things there is God, and he is the only one who can give us the definitive answer to everything. The mountain in the Holy Scriptures is always a place of revelation of God, as it was with Moses on Mount Horeb and here on Mount Tabor, where Jesus transfigures himself to the disciples and they proclaim that it is nice to be there. But now it's time to get down and explore new paths, new landscapes. Jerusalem, the iconic city of the Holy Land, where we can have a glimpse at the parade of differences through the streets of the old city. From the Mount of Olives, the magnificent golden dome of the Dome of the Rock, the most important place for Muslims. There was the ancient temple of Jerusalem, and just next to it is the Wailing Wall, a part of the temple that has been preserved and belongs to the Jews. A land full of senses and meanings, the sense of sight that explores every profile of this place. However, the greatest sense is to experience with the holy of the land.